Long before cities, before agriculture, before recorded history, vast frozen landscapes stretched across the northern hemisphere. These cold, open plains, known as the Ice Age steppe, were home to one of the most iconic animals ever to walk the earth, the woolly mammoth. The woolly mammoth lived during the last Ice Age, from roughly 400,000 years ago until about 4,000 years ago. It ranged across northern Eurasia and North America, roaming grasslands that today lie buried beneath forests, tundra, and modern cities. Despite its elephant-like appearance, the woolly mammoth was perfectly adapted for extreme cold. Thick layers of shaggy brown hair covered its body, sometimes growing over 3 feet long. Beneath the fur was a heavy layer of insulating fat, helping the animal survive temperatures that could plunge far below freezing. The mammoth's massive curved tusks were not just for show. They were used to sweep snow away, to uncover grass, to break ice, to strip bark from trees, and to defend against predators. These tusks could grow over 15 feet long, spiraling outward in dramatic arcs shaped by a lifetime of growth. Unlike modern elephants, woolly mammoths had smaller ears and shorter tails, features that reduced heat loss in frigid winds. Their domed skulls housed powerful muscles that supported the tusks and aided in pushing snow aside while feeding. The Ice Age steppe was not a barren wasteland. It was a rich ecosystem of grasses, herbs, and flowering plants, nourished by cold, dry conditions. Mammoths grazed almost constantly, consuming hundreds of pounds of vegetation each day. Their movement across the land helped shape the environment, trampling plants, spreading seeds, and maintaining open grasslands. Woolly mammoths did not live alone. They traveled in herds much like modern elephants, led by experienced females. These herds offered protection to calves and allowed knowledge, such as migration routes and feeding grounds, to pass from one generation to the next. Life on the Ice Age plains was dangerous. Predators such as dire wolves and saber-toothed cats watched mammoth herds closely, targeting the young, the weak, or the injured. A full-grown mammoth was nearly unstoppable, but calves relied on the collective defense of the herd to survive. As the climate began to change near the end of the Ice Age, the mammoth's world slowly transformed. Temperatures rose, glaciers retreated, and grasslands gave way to forests and wetlands. The plants mammoths depended on became less abundant, and their once vast habitat began to shrink. At the same time, a new and highly intelligent predator entered the mammoth's range: humans. Early human hunters followed mammoth herds across the plains, using coordinated strategies, stone tools, and deep knowledge of animal behavior. Mammoths provided meat, fat, bone, and hides, resources that could sustain human groups for months. The combined pressure of climate change and human hunting placed enormous strain on mammoth populations. Over thousands of years, their numbers declined. Most woolly mammoths disappeared around 10,000 years ago, though small isolated groups survived longer. On remote Arctic islands, the last known woolly mammoths lived until about 4,000 years ago, while the pyramids of Egypt were already standing. Eventually, even these final populations vanished, marking the end of a species that had dominated Ice Age landscapes for hundreds of millennia. Yet the woolly mammoth has never truly faded from memory. Frozen remains discovered in Siberian permafrost have preserved hair, skin, and even soft tissue, offering scientists an unprecedented window into the distant past. These discoveries continue to reshape our understanding of Ice Age life. Today, the woolly mammoth stands as a symbol of deep time, climate change, and extinction. It reminds us that even the most powerful and well-adapted creatures are vulnerable when their world changes too quickly. Across the frozen plains of the past, the mammoth once thundered beneath endless skies, an enduring giant of a lost world.